But joining us right now to talk about it is Tim Higgins. He's technology reporter at the Wall Street Journal and a CNBC contributor. And look, recalls happen all the time, Tim. How is this one significant, or is it more significant than others that we've heard?
Well, for years now, there's been questions about the safety or the capabilities of Tesla's ADAS systems. These systems that aren't fully self-driving, but they're more advanced in cruise control, the basic cruise control you have. Elon Musk has for years said that it improves the safety of the vehicles, but there have been critics out there saying that they lull drivers into thinking the car can do more than they can do. And so this NHTSA report, these findings suggest that there were some certain scenarios where the car might act in a way where the driver couldn't take over fast enough to avoid a crash or potentially break the law. So, fixing this in the software, a lot easier than, say, having to bring it into a car dealership like a Chevy would do and have to change mechanical things, have to put in new equipment or something like that. So, kind of in short, kind of a win for Tesla because it doesn't have to turn the system off. It doesn't have to do any mechanical changes, but a black eye because of the system's defaults.
What has Tesla said about the defaults? They agree with the government's assessment of it?
Well, they would disagree. They pushed back on the government with the government's findings, but went forward with the voluntary recall here, which is often the case in these things. When the NHTSA is going to do this, it's either do voluntary or it can become much more messy down the road. So, going back to Tesla traditionally says that these systems are safer than what the human can do. That's, maybe perhaps in debate. Sometimes we don't understand where their data is coming from, but it gets to kind of the core of these systems. Are they about safety or are they about convenience? The criticism continues to be about Tesla and other systems like it, is that the driver thinks the system can do more than it is. It is not fully self-driving. The robot is not in control. The driver needs to be in control, needs to take back that wheel, needs to be engaged in the driving scenario. And oftentimes they get lulled into thinking the car is doing more than it actually is.
Were there any accidents involved with this?
Yeah, there were a few. Tesla told the government they didn't think any fatalities. And we know that the government is looking to other crashes involving Tesla's ADAS system that have involved fatalities. So it's hard to say if this is the end of the story. In reality, as we look at Tesla and other companies coming out with these systems, we're probably going to see a lot of these kind of software tweaks in years to come, just because this is a very dynamic environment. Tesla is updating its system on a constant basis, trying to improve it.
What other companies are doing things along these lines? Who else is going to be closely watched on this?
Well, this kind of technology is on the cusp of becoming ubiquitous. Tesla has been the most aggressive in pushing forward the capabilities and kind of marketing in a way that it seems like a hands-free system, even though it's not. We see GM out there with its Super Cruise. This is a system that has some more procedures in place to try to keep the driver engaged. It has the ability to monitor the driver's eyes to make sure they're paying attention to the road. Ford is out with a similar system. Most car companies are pushing towards this, and the question is, over time, how much more advanced are they going to become? Really moving beyond cruise control to something more dramatic.